Hey guys, so in the last video we just created the template for our HTML file and we added the classes to each of our tags. So in this video let's create our CSS file and create styles for this. So to do this, let's click on the Explorer up here and we'll create a new file by clicking this new file button, and we'll name this app.css. So we don't need to name it app, we could name it anything as long as it ends in .css. And the first thing we want to do is link this file to our HTML file. So to do this, we want to go in the head section and we want to add a link tag. So just type the word link and press tab and it should fill out this rel property on its own. So this rel of style sheet is basically saying what relationship does this linked file have to our main HTML file. So we're saying here that we're linking a style sheet. And for the href property, we just want to give it the name of our file, which is app.css. And if we save this, our CSS file should now be loaded in. Obviously, we don't see anything here because there's nothing written in it. But let's start by styling the header. So if we copy this header class, we can go to the app.css and we just want to put a dot here and then the header class. And next we want to use curly braces. And inside of these curly braces is where we want to apply the style for the header. So I'm just going to put some default styling here just so that we can see how this works, and then we'll explain what it's doing later. So we want to use a height, and let's set this to 100 pixels. And then we want to use a width. Actually, let's not set a width because it's going to fill up the whole screen anyway. And you can see that as soon as we save this, the title, there's a huge gap here. So what this does is it changes the height of the header element. Remember, the header is the div that surrounds the h1 tag, and it changes that height to 100 pixels. So there's a lot of different styles we could use here. For example, we could use width, we could use color. So color will actually change the text color, but I think it might not actually work like this. Okay, so it does work, but usually we don't apply color to the div, we apply it directly to the text. But in this case, it looks like it works correctly. There's other properties such as background color. So you can set this to, for example, black. And now if I save this, the whole thing becomes black. There's also a border. So you could do a border of 2 pixels, solid, and then we'll give a color like, let's say red. And if we save this, now we have a border of 2 pixels. It's a solid border, meaning there's no gaps in it, and it's red. So there's a lot of different CSS elements that we could put here. I can't go over every single one of them, so if you do want to know all of them, make sure you like Google CSS elements. And if you click one of these links, they should give you like a list of all the different things you could do. But we're not going to go over every single one of them right now. For our website, what we want to do to the header is we want to make it a bit larger as we did. And then we want to use this thing called display flex. So what this will allow us to do is to center things inside of the div. So what we want to do is align items to center, and this will just allow us to center that title a bit. Sorry, I accidentally clicked something there, but it will just allow us to center this title a bit, and we could also center it horizontally on the page if we used using justify content center. Sorry, I meant to type center there. And if we save this, the title should now be centered both horizontally and vertically. So these two properties, align items and justify content, they only work because we have the display set to flex here. So if I were to remove this and save it, the two properties, align items and justify content, would not work. So that's why we have this display flex here. And I'll go over the flex display in a different video, but for right now you just need to know that that's what's keeping this centered. In the next video we'll start going over the articles, and we'll start styling the article headings and the paragraphs and the buttons. For this video I think I already showed you a bit too much, so I don't want to overwhelm you. And yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video.